Ooh, another late night reading with Maya's Tarot. That's how you say my name, Maya. I should say that more because, you know, not everyone remembers or is certain about it. So yes, Maya's Tarot. The J is silent. So I wanted to do a more in-depth reading on Navalny. This stems from a live reading I did earlier today. It's always a privilege for me to be able to do a live reading because my circumstances are not exactly conducive to it most of the time. And anyway, I thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's great to be able to connect personally, and I want to do it more. So I'm definitely going to try and see how I can make that possible given our living circumstances here. But anyway, so this reading will be more of an in-depth reading on Navalny and as a look at him as a potential leader. I've gotten cards that lead me to believe that he will be extremely significant, and there's a part of me that wants to nod that I could see him as president of Russia. But there's a part of me that is also afraid. I just have to say, I think that in this world, there's a lot of things that are very fluid, and I think it is extremely possible for him yet to become that. One thing I do see with him that is critical will be Biden's ability to gather more support for him on a worldwide platform. And I do believe that when this happens, I do believe Biden will step in, because I do believe that Putin is going to extend Navalny's imprisonment. He finds him a threat. And he feels that if he doesn't take really harsh action now with Navalny, he is going to look weak. And as you know, he's terrified that others should ever think that Vlad, I have to ride with no shirt on a horse. Probably not so warm out there even. Well, it depends. It depends on the time of year. It can get very warm in the summertime. But anyway, you know, he's out there making sure he looks ultra masculine. It's like trying too hard. If a man has to try too hard, it means there's some deep insecurity there. And it means it doesn't truly exist. And that goes for women too. Anybody. If they have to try too hard, red flag. Just anybody, period, no matter how they identify. If they are trying too hard, you know, be careful. So, let's just have a look really quick at that. I'm just going to use the Haunted House Tarot. And I do have Moonology, which is available on Etsy. Moonology Oracle cards. Yasmin Boland. Might use them for clarity, but we'll see. So I'm just going to cut straight to the point and ask if Alexei will end up being president of Russia. Gotta check my cards and make sure they're not all jacked around. I can feel it because my cards have a bend to them from the way of, you know, the pattern of my shuffling, and I can feel if one is not right. I should really contact the people that make the Haunted House Tarot deck. I noticed that so many other readers also just love it. And the fact that I am so overjoyed that I am not causing its edges to curl. I always seem to catch, and then they peel. And there's nothing worse than spending money on a deck, and you really like it, but even though careful as you try to be with your shuffling, it causes these flaps. And then I have to, I already have a few decks set aside because I have to repair. This one hasn't done it yet, and I hope it doesn't. I think I even have a backup deck of it somewhere. I do that with my decks. Just a few of them. If like this deck, I would always want to have a backup of, because it's proven itself to me that it and I have a relationship. And it can withstand my poor shuffling. You just get that with certain decks. I'll have to talk about that sometime. They're just going to do some tarot chat. I am thinking about how I'm going to do my membership on here. And it's going to be I think $9.99 or something a month. For those kinds of things. I thought that might be fun. And it's a challenge to me to spread my wings. Work like a chicken. Okay. I'm drinking coffee. This will be, and it's 10:40. I'm asking for trouble. I'm an early morning. Oh, no, I don't. Sorry, y'all. I still think I'm on live where I can chit-chat. Let's get to the point. Is Navalny going to be future president of Russia? Will Alexei Navalny be future president of Russia? Will Alexei Navalny be future president of Russia? And Mr. Navalny is also an air sign. Of course, Vladimir Putin has the sun sign of Libra, but Mr. Navalny is a Gemini. He's got, I think, a Virgo moon. He's just really got, I did that reading on him look up his chart. It's very interesting. The man has got the right aspects to do the job, I'll tell you. I just feel so much. It's personal to me because, again, my family history, my grandfather was in Russian Gulag for a decade in World War II. And when you're a dissident against the Russian government, or you're seen as being an enemy, And so many of its very own people, of course, they kill so many of their own people. It's horrid. It must change. There's such a wealth of artists and minds and positivity that the Russian people have to share with us, and we've got these jackholes that are controlling them. And it makes me very unhappy for them. So let's see, Navalny. Will he be the future president? We get the Ten of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles. I read in pairs. This tells me I think yes. End with that Ten of Pentacles, and we are talking about office, government office, highest office, and a new beginning. So these symbols make me feel like, yes, he will be part of a new beginning. He has endured with this Knight of Pentacles here. He certainly has. And he will only grow stronger. Wow. And more skilled. He is working very hard too. He is a hard worker. He believes in hard work and improvement. Wow, I'm really impressed with him. And he wants to bring Russia up to where it should be. He knows that it's a joke the way it is. And it's not at all a representative of who they are. They are a very wonderful, rich culture that has so much to offer the world, and they have these thugs like Putin in place that are holding them captive from what they could share with the world, and by brainwashing them, and it's been going on for so long. I have to believe that their liberation, so that they can think more freely and speak more freely, at least, is in this era. Because this is an era where we're going to see a release from holds of tyranny. Tyranny will be challenged. I'll draw just a few more. Yes, again, another 10, as you can see, falling under the 10 of Pentacles is the 10 of Swords. So I feel like there will be a painful end and a new beginning of a new government with the World card. That's the World card. Falling under the Ace, the beginning of Pentacles. A new growth, a new government. Wants to build and work hard and get people enthusiastic, and I see that I don't think he's going to have much of a problem. He, I feel like, wants to share the richness of the culture and what Russia, the variety of things it could offer besides what the chokehold of leadership has made it be in the world, given it to be in the world. He will fight, this is the now, to, overcome. He will be challenged. He's been challenged. He's a fighter. And he has a vision he believes in. This could be him because he does have a Virgo moon. And he had some other planets, I believe, in Virgo. Possibly Capricorn. You know, some earthy planets. So it just looks like there's been a delay, and he has a different perspective. He knows what it's like to have been locked up. He knows what it's like to have been unfairly, just for having, like so many people that have been assassinated in that country, for challenging leadership, whose ego gets bruised, and they have these people killed in really dark ways, poisoning people. You know, it's like, hey, I'm bored. We gotta get some new ideas about how to kill these guys. But this will be, yes, there will be a fall in power that is coming. It also shows that he needs to be released from prison. And that will happen into the future. Again, he is delayed. And I do think Putin will hold him longer than he should. And I do see people demonstrating and being upset about this. I believe Putin will have to release him. I'm shown that again. But I do believe that he will be leader. With that top row especially. And it won't be easy. I believe that when he does, he will have a bit of a... There will be, some loyalists that he'll be having to deal with. But his different perspective will make him... He is resilient. And he will take away, and I think reestablish, with the tower, the nonsense. That country would have a very significant restructuring, revolution, basically. And I do believe it will. To bring more balance. There are things that are hidden yet to come to light about, I believe Putin. There's, Putin's always been the one that's had all the dirt on everyone else, but the information that is about Putin, too many people have been afraid to release, and gee, I wonder why. But I see the table turning. And this is where, hey Putin, how about some leaks on you? Yes, there's justice, and there's extremes. There's also juggling. So there's I think it's money laundering aspect. Putin might be in a bit of trouble, spot of trouble later. We get King of Wands. Theft. Traveling, victory. Looking at... Oh, you know what? It reminds me... I'm going to stop here. I do think that he could become... I think it's distinctly has a high, the way the card's laid out, that there shows a high probability that he could become leader there. And I get a feeling he would do something kind of similar like Biden in a way, of, but in his own way, because it's a different country, different situation, but restructuring it, having to restructure the mess. I see that he would be, and I feel like is a person meant to do that. And he is resilient. I do believe, however, that he is not out of the woods. I think he still has crap to endure before he's sprung from that prison cell. I do think Putin will keep him in longer, and he will have to be leveraged by pressure globally, I believe, to have him released. But to answer the question, yes, I do think that Navalny has the cards to be the leader of Russia in the future. Because there's more to the story that's yet to come. That's what the cards were telling me, that last bit with the High Priestess, and I believe it was the Emperor. So there's going to be some things we have yet to see with leadership in that country, and things will be revealed, and especially where Putin is concerned. Dirt on Putin is going to start to leak. Just saying. See you in the next video. If you like this content, please like and subscribe. There's been some changes to YouTube recently, and a lot of us smaller channels are seeing a dip in membership, which I don't know what they're doing, but your liking and subscribing and involvement helps us. So thank you so much.